All right, so for the past couple of weeks, as anybody who's sat through the entire video has known, um, we have been putting off our Silent Hill F review, but luckily you're up for a big surprise. We are delaying again the Silent Hill F review because James has not finished it yet. He started, funny enough, he started before me. And he likes the game more than I do. And I have now gotten 3 of the 4 endings, and I'm about to start my let's see, it's called Shadow Lost in the Fog difficulty on both. So
we'll put it this way, we will not delay it again. We will not delay it again. There will not be another delay.
don't make promises you can't keep.
This is a promise.
We've said in other reviews, like, oh, it's gonna be next time. Well, the first one was an honest mistake because we generally mess it, but like the last one we were like, oh, okay. But no, we are in fact delaying it one more time. So that way James can get at least the first ending. You should play it one more time. You should try to just like breeze through it. But there are some caveats to the second playthrough. Is like the second playthrough, you can't consume any red capsules, and you have to find the sacred sword.
Oh, you do.
You have to find the sacred sword.
Good to know.
Or else the ending will just kind of remain the original. Or you can find the UFOs. You can always do that too.
Okay.
Anyway, so today we're going to talk about some of our favorite horror games.
That sounds dangerously close to another word that we should.
I'm a man of class. Bleep. That's exactly why I say horror.
Horror games.
Horror
games. And
a little more dignified.
And because I don't have any, the only game that I have that is on my computer that is a horror game is Alan Wake 2. So that is all the gameplay footage that you're going to be seeing on this video, even if we're talking about other horror games. It's just going to be Alan Wake 1 and Alan Wake 2, just like throughout the entire thing. Alan Wake 1 is a fantastic horror game. I loved Alan Wake 1. It still holds up, in my opinion. I think Alan Wake 1 still holds up after like 15 years or whatever it is.
I was going to say... Oh, sorry. I was just going to say Alan Wake is a good way to start.
Yeah, Alan Wake is a good way to start.
Just gonna say, one, if we're gonna start a horror talk, you can do a lot worse than starting with Alan Wake, so that's a good place to start.
Well, I'm talking specifically Alan Wake 1.
Well, this is my second thing, right? I don't know if it's just me, but I have a hard time seeing Alan Wake 1 in particular as a straight up horror game. Alan Wake 2, that's a horror game. The Alan Wake 2 is a straight up horror game. Alan Wake 1, I don't know. That's a little more like a I want to say horror, but like lowercase h parenthesis horror. Like
that's like saying the original Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 aren't real horror games. Like okay, like you can only do so much with the constraints of the time in which the game was made.
I get what Jalen's saying. I think also they stepped the bar up in terms of horror so much with the sequel that it's difficult to go back to the first one and see it just as scary as it was the first time you played it.
That's
fair. Let me be clear. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, even the OGs from clips that I've seen, it still is scary.
Oh man, you've never played the original 1, 2, and 3? You should. They're on PlayStation Premium now.
Oh wait, the original? Because I played like the remake of 1.
It's the same. I played the one that the remake of 1 is the same exact thing, except it looks better. Like it's
there are changes.
Huh? there are some changes, yeah, but like more or less the gameplay is still the same. Like as a product of its time, I think Alan Wake is a solid horror game from like 15 years ago or however long ago it was. And I think like gameplay wise, it still holds up. Maybe the scares don't, but I think the game still holds up great. However many years later.
I agree.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, because I'm so sorry. I keep cutting you off, James.
It's all good. We do it to each other all the time.
It's just my thing is Alan Wake is a scary game. I'm not saying it's not. It's got some scary moments for sure. There are tons of jump scares in that one. I think James put it like really best. Alan Wake, it feels more like an action game first because there's a lot more action in like the first Alan Wake. Alan Wake 2 is like it's like straight up survival.
I'm not denying. I am not arguing against that. Like I'm talking just distinctly Alan Wake 1. That like it's a solid horror game for the time that it was made, and it still holds up. I'm not like saying that it's better than Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is far superior than Alan Wake 1. so like I'm just like I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm just simply stating that Alan Wake 1 is really good. I remember playing all those games in absolute total secret. Because I was given, I remember giving, I remember giving Jalen so much shit. It's like, man, that's just I can't believe I just said that. It's okay.
Yeah, you gotta bleep that.
And then I posted that I got the platinum trophy, and Jalen was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" You said you were giving me all this shit for this, that, or the other. You fucking platinumed it. That's right, I did.
But I'm just happy that you played. Oh, bygones.
I have a good friend that really hates the first Alan Wake. I think it holds up.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, and to be fair, the second one makes the first one look like a tech demo. But I still think the first one's great.
Not. I mean, the second one makes the first. The second one makes the first game look like a PlayStation 2 game. Maybe not necessarily a tech demo would imply that like it's a tech demo for like the 360.
All right, this guy's getting technical, bro.
But no, it just makes it like the second game makes the older game look really, really old. Like that's
right. Yeah. You can see the jump.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, I mean that's like what a 12.
It was a 2-generation jump. Yeah, it was a 2-generation jump. Okay.
And Alan Wake 2 is really freaking good.
Yeah.
We'll go back and play.
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2.
I want to go back.
You should go back and get the platinum. You'll never do that.
This guy.
You'll never do that.
Get away with this guy.
Who should we go with next? Who wants
Jalen? Give it to Jalen. He's the guest.
Jalen, what are some of your favorite horror games?
Good horror.
I'm probably going to have a lot of overlap with Jalen.
Oh, I'm sure that you would. Don't worry, boys. It's short. Don't you worry about it. Just short list. Okay. I tried my best to keep it to horror games on PlayStation. I've only played on PlayStation.
Well, no, I mean, so long as it appears on PlayStation, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So for starters, you already mentioned it, Alan Wake 2. I think it's probably the best. I think it's the best survival horror game I've played of the decade so far. It is still probably one of the scariest experiences that I've had this decade so far. Only tied to one other game called Amnesia: The Bunker. I'm not sure if you guys played it. You probably haven't. It's okay.
I haven't yet.
It's all good. Alan Wake 2, though, really freaking good. Really freaking scary. With I think one of the best musical moments in a game ever.
Yes, sir.
I just really love that Alan Wake 2, outside of the fact that it's scary, it just embraces the weirdness and just goes full frontal. It is a game that knows exactly what it wants to be and just does it and just says fuck all to everything else. It's just an insane level of creativity that you really don't see. Actually, I don't even want to say that anymore, because in today's day and age, you are starting to see that a little more often. But still, it's refreshing. It's refreshing. So how do you want to do this, Brent? You want to go like back and forth, or you just want me to say?
Why don't you say something new other than? So okay, you did Amnesia: The Bunker and Alan Wake 2. You got anything else?
Oh, I got plenty more. Amnesia: The Bunker wasn't even on my list. I just said it.
Okay.
Um,
Look at the
my
program, man.
okay, I'm
Not
excited.
you, him.
Oh, anyway, one other horror game I was gonna say is a game that I guarantee neither of you have played, but I really think, well, maybe I guarantee that you really should if you haven't. It's a game called Soma. It's have you guys heard of Soma? Have you played Soma?
No.
I've not, but that same friend that hates the first Alan Wake, Soma is like one of his favorite games. He loves it.
Fantastic. If your friend is watching this or sees this at some point, tell him
He
that he
might.
is a man of class and I respect him because because I genuinely because if we're Soma is one of my favorite horror games simply because it's one of the few horror games that has genuinely disturbed me. Now, getting scared is one thing. I'll get scared in any horror game. I've gotten scared in several horror games.
Hmm.
Soma is one of the only horror games that after I rolled the credits, it stayed on my mind for weeks. Literally weeks. It is a story that delves into some dark themes that really caught me off guard on your first playthrough. It's not even the scariest game. There's very little like jump scares in it. It's just the idea. This like these very existential ideas, and it shows them full force. And it just there are moments in that game that I will never forget. It's moments to this day that I still watch on YouTube, and I'm just like, oh no, that's not good.
You should
Soma
platinum it.
This
Platinum.
guy.
It's good. But you know what? But listen, Brent, to be fair, is one of the games I've gotten closest to excuse me, platinuming. I think I got like a 75, 70 something on it. So it was close. And I still buy it because I play it every
It's
so
rookie
often.
numbers.
So fair enough.
75%.
Uh, but I'll keep it because we're keeping it brief. Other people got to talk. Soma is a Soma. I think is just one of the best horror games ever. Period. Not of a decade, not of a century or anything. Ever. I think it is just a complete. I think it's Frictional Games' best game, and anyone who hasn't played it, you are missing out on a fantastic story. One of the best stories in a video game, in my humble opinion. Okay, pass off to someone else.
James.
I can't come on here and not mention the Silent Hill 2 remake. It's basic pick, but it was my first real experience with Silent Hill, other than,
Hmm.
the short message, which was garbage. That's neither here nor there. The Silent Hill 2 remake resonated on such a such a deep level with me. There was a lot in my personal life that it kind of hit for me. But the story is excellent. I honestly think it's really impressive that they pulled off this story back in when did this come out? Like 2000,
It's like 2000.
early
Yeah, early
2000s.
2000.
Insanely impressive that story was pulled off, but the fresh coat of paint that Bloober team gave it was excellent. It's terrifying. It's probably one of the scariest games I played, in more ways than one. And it's I think it's fantastic.
Silent Hill 2 remake, I just think is really special because it really shows you just how much games and horror games in general really do hold back,
I
like on
remember
dark.
I remember 4 months leading up to the release. We're like, this is gonna be trash.
Yeah,
Like
that was the
That was
crazy
one
part
moment.
too.
That was
like
one.
it just did not look good in some of those early trailers. We're like, I don't know about this. And then it comes
I
out
feel
and everyone's like, oh my god, this is freaking amazing.
the
I'll
marketing
say
did it
this:
no justice.
exactly. The person who made the trailers, they did a injustice. I hope they lost their. Okay, no, I don't want.
Yeah, we don't
I
say
take that back. But I do think that the trailers did an absolute injustice to the game itself. And I was one of those people that went in really skeptical. And
Mhm.
you guys know me, I'm happy to be proven wrong. And Silent Hill 2 remake proved me very wrong. It was awesome.
I think Silent Hill 2 is also one of those games that its story really takes advantage of the fact that it's a game. Alan Wake 2 does this really well too.
Mm-hmm.
But both of those games, and that's what's special to me about gaming, is when games can, as a storytelling medium, take advantage of the medium. And Silent Hill 2 does that incredibly well. Alan Wake 2 also does, but we're past that.
Good point.
So my next pick is going to sound like a weird one because I've been openly verbal about how I don't like this game in certain ways. And that is Resident Evil 7. I think Resident Evil 7 is a fantastic horror game. I just don't like it as a Resident Evil game.
Right.
Resident Evil 7 is a fantastic horror game. It just does not feel like Resident Evil to me. And some people are gonna be like, oh well. Some people are like, oh well, he's not a real Resident. I have been playing Resident Evil since they came out. I'm 36. I've played the original trilogy. I've played all the mainline entries. Don't tell me what Resident Evil is or isn't, because I've played all of them. Well, I played all the mainline entries and Code Veronica, so I know exactly what Resident Evil is to me. And and in my opinion, it evolved beyond just a horror franchise into like a story and character thing. And I don't like Ethan. I know that he's supposed to be like a self-insert, right? But I've never viewed like Resident Evil as like a self-insert type of story. I did enjoy Resident Evil 8 because it went back to some of those Resident Evil roots that I like. But no, anyway, I got sidetracked. No, Resident Evil 7 is unsettling. It's nerve-wracking. And just being like especially like when you're in like the mansion part of it, when you're being chased by Jack, like it's not as bad when you get to like where the white was it Jack? It was Jack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where and then like it's not as bad as like when you're in like the what is it, the dock house or wherever the mother the wife is at. Like,
Marguerite.
Yeah,
yeah.
That part was like that part was a cakewalk as far as like getting around and maneuvering past her. I had no problems with like that place, but like there were some times in the mansion where it's just like, oh god, get Jack off me. He's really like no. The Resident Evil 7 is a great horror game, and that's what we're here talking about. But yeah, I don't like it as a Resident Evil game.
No, that's fair. I mean, yeah, and I really feel, for me, I feel like the horror really peaks and like really hits its stride in like the first maybe like 6 to 7 hours. Like everything inside the mansion is like where the horror is at its peak, and maybe that little bit when you have to fight Marguerite, but just that one jump scare is really the only part.
It took you 6 to 7 hours to get out of the mansion. That's like
I'm an idiot.
That's like how long a playthrough of the whole game is. 6 or 7 hours.
I think it took me maybe like
no, I think it took me about 10 hours. I think it took me about 10 hours to do the whole game. Boy, that last quarter was annoying when you're on the boat. Oh man.
Yeah, I agree.
I hated being on the boat. The boat was really like, what am I doing here? Anyway.
That first part though, where I think that's one of the best feelings a horror game can give you, is like that terror of being like a stalker enemy chasing you around somewhere, and like being afraid to see it around a corner is like, it's something to get high on, you know?
And I got to point something out here, that there's a very big difference between Jack and Mr. X in Resident Evil 2. Mr. X is annoying. He's not scary. He's annoying. Jack,
I'd fight you on that boat.
Jack is scary. Mr. X, he can be incredibly just relentless to the point of just like, I just want to play the game. I'm tired of dodging Mr. X, especially if like you catch him in the library. Like trying to maneuver around him in the damn library was always just annoying. Um, and I don't know, there's some really interesting videos about how like the mechanics of Mr. X works is like he'll just spawn. He's not maneuvering around RPD um uh naturally. He he will the game will naturally spawn him in after you've made X amount of noise.
Hmm,
Really?
Yeah.
that's interesting. Is
Yeah.
that true for the original and the remake?
I don't know. I don't know about the original, but the remake, I've watched some videos on it
Okay.
that he'll just teleport to wherever you're at based off of how much noise you're making in a certain amount of time. So like if you're walking really slow, if you're just walking slow, it'll take him a longer to spawn in. But if you're like running around, making a bunch of noise, he'll spawn in faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact. Okay, Jalen, your next one.
I would like to say quickly on on the topic of RE7. Also, your dog is sniffing your stuff.
No,
Just a heads up.
he's he heard a noise, so
Oh,
he's
did
just
he?
yeah, he's just
Oh, such a good boy, so alert. Good animal. Good
okay, go ahead.
RE7 has probably one of the worst choices in a game ever.
Oh yeah.
That choice
Also
is
true.
useless. It's the one thing in Resident Evil 7 that I still sit back and wonder why did they feel the need to add that? Why did they
Yeah.
add that? It's so pointless.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not really a massive dig at the game because it's so insignificant. You forget about him like the next moment, but it's like,
Mhm.
why?
Yeah.
It's so useless, but I digress. Okay, my next horror game is from the horror puzzle platformer series, and it's Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2 in particular. The first one I thought was a very strong start. I played that game at launch back in 2017, and that one still has a special place in my heart just for you know what it managed to do. Um, and like any solid sequel to, excuse me, like any solid sequel should, Little Nightmares 2 takes what the first one did and makes it a little better. It's not perfect. It's
Mhm.
still, and the reason why I put a little lower on my list, I think I got like 7 on my lower on my list. It's like number 5. It's because of the things that it did improve. It also left a lot of the issues from the first game the same, so it still kind of has that jank
Mhm.
and and the added combat that still wasn't very good, but I digress. We're talking about the good stuff. What it managed to do well is the atmosphere in particular. It's the atmosphere of Little Nightmares 2 is one of my personal favorites, not because it's really scary, but because it's like a mixture of several different things.
Mhm.
It's almost cozy and warm, like Coraline
Oh, yeah.
like Coraline in like a sense, but it doesn't shy away from feeling isolated and like intense, like when you're walking up on a big building and a massive monster and the screen is panning out and you're really looking at just how small and insignificant like you are in this world and with this monster. It really gives you with that oh shit moment. And it's like okay, and the game's telling you to keep on going and you gotta keep on going even though you don't want to.
Mhm.
And it's just it's a really good it is a really good feeling. It's just such a unique artistic design, the way it manages to feel both scary but almost inviting at the same time. Like you want to keep on going, but you're scared to because you know something is up. It's just such a great feeling, like a dream, which is what Little Nightmares was originally supposed to be, right? Like a game that is a physical personification of all the dreams that you've had maybe as a little kid. And that's what I felt like playing Little Nightmares 2. It felt like every dream, even the dreams I never had, even every dream I ever thought of or saw in media was represented in Little Nightmares 2. And it's really awesome. Also, just the designs of the monsters are really cool. You got this like old school this old teacher chimera thing with a neck that she stretches to like look over ceilings and walls and stuff. You're laughing, James, but in game, it's actually really scary and
I'm
creepy
sure it is.
with the noises that she makes and everything. And yeah, the music is good too, and I think Little Nightmares 2 really surprised me the most with it's a really good wordless story where like it's a wordless and I think wordless stories are stories that impress me the most because you can manage to do and say so much with nothing, and the fact that you can get that emotion out of somebody with no words, really impressive. And I think it has a very memorable ending with with honestly a twist that people still talk about today. I remember being blown away by that ending in 2021, and and I still think about it now. It threw me for a complete loop, and I still just wonder why. But all that to say, Little Nightmares 2, that's a personal favorite. I recognize that a lot of people probably aren't gonna vibe with it as much as I do, but I just think it looks great, sounds great. I like how it feels, and I like the story. So it's me.
Nice. Nice. James, your turn.
Uh, I mean, there's two directions I could go here, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I gotta
Don't.
bring up the Evil Within.
Okay, good.
The Evil Within.
I was like, okay, don't be a basic bitch.
Yeah. The Evil Within is a really great horror experience, and I think when I played it, I want to go back and play it again, and I definitely want to play the sequel because I think as I was playing it, it was tough for me to grasp the idea of a psychological horror game. But that's what the Evil Within is, and in that context, it's something really special. Like Silent Hill 2, like mentioned there, has some crazy, really interesting monster designs. The the character work is really interesting. The horror side of it is it's I think Evil Within is a game that's like laser focused on horror, and it does that really well.
Well, that's because it's Shinji Mikami,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hope I didn't just say something stupid.
Is that not the guy's name?
I'm just making sure that it was in fact him. Uh am I ignorant? Yeah, Shinji Mikami. Like
Yeah.
OG Resident Evil.
Right.
He made it at Tango.
Yeah, that was his that was his baby.
That was his baby. And it'll never see the light again.
I was just thinking. I wanted to say it. I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to ruin James. Like flow just fuck Xbox, man. That was such a. I hated that move. Hated it so
Yeah.
much.
Even
Please
Within
continue.
3 will never happen now. But,
Not with that attitude.
Well, yeah.
Not with that attitude.
Brett, have you played the Evil Within?
I haven't.
I know Jalen's played
I
it.
should play him.
It's really good. I played the
It
first
is really
one,
good.
not the second. The first
Yeah.
one is really good. It's good.
I do want to play the second one.
I think I'm gonna. So, the final game that I think I'm gonna bring up is a PlayStation oldie or PlayStation 2 oldie.
Oh, I know where he's going with this.
That I don't think a lot of like I don't think a lot of people just have not even heard of this game. A lot of people have not even heard of this game. The Suffering and The Suffering 2.
I knew he was going to say that.
Great horror action adventure. So the general premise is you're playing as an inmate, and you've been sent to like this crazy prison, and the prison gets like attacked by like these demons. And so you have to hunt. So you're fighting these demons, and you're fighting your demons too. So it's like this sort of like metaphor thing. And as you're progressing through the game, based off of decisions that you make, right? Based off decisions that you make in the game, like if you you could get one of three different endings. So the whole mystery of the game is, did you unalive your family, right?
Oof.
Yeah.
Dark.
And only only you know what happened. Nobody else knows what happens. And apparently he was convicted on circumstantial evidence. So if you pursue the good ending, other people come in and unalive your family. Okay. If you do like half good, half bad throughout the game, like you it's really messed up. Like in my opinion, the middle ending is probably like the most like weirdly messed up ending. So like in the middle ending, like you how do I say this without like getting busted? You unalive one of your children in water. And the other one jumps out a window on his own accord.
Jesus.
And then and then like in the bad ending, you just unalive everybody.
And this was a PS2 game?
This was a PS2 game. Dude, games
That's not that shocking to me.
Games were pretty brutal back in the day. Like as far as like some of
I guess
the
that's true, yeah.
yeah, but no, the Suffering, right? The Suffering is a great game. I should play it again. Such a fantastic.
That sounds like a narrative game that takes advantage of the fact that it's a game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, big time.
Which is awesome. That's awesome to me. That's awesome to me.
Yeah. Jalen, do you got one?
Sounds really.
What were you gonna say? It sounds really what?
That just sounds really dark.
Really
Yeah,
dork. Yeah, no, it's pretty dork. Okay, you got one more horror game for us?
I sure do. I had a hard time picking between these two games because I think both of them are really good. The original, it set the foundation. The sequel is just better, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna go with the original Dead Space. The original Dead Space game is it. I really don't think it's a stretch to call it my introduction to horror. Because I remember watching the trailer. Did you guys ever see that trailer for Dead Space?
I probably did, but that was like 20 years ago for me.
Yeah, it was the one where they're singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" and they're showing off little bits and pieces of the game. No, okay,
I haven't seen it.
But it's honestly a great trailer. I still go back and watch it to this day, just for the vibes. It was the trailer and game that got me into horror, and I went over my friend's house maybe 2 years after I saw that trailer, played it, and it stuck with me ever since. I got it. I made it to the halfway point, and then I had to leave. But then 4 years later, I finally got the chance to replay the game, and I made it all the way through. All that to say that I think Dead Space probably has one of the best environments in a game ever. The USS Ishimura is such a well-crafted place. It's incredible what they managed to do with the hardware on a game that, and please correct me if I'm wrong, came out in 2008. 2008.
Go ahead and keep talking.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I came out 2008 or 2009. The point is that visually it looks incredible for a game. It's really one of those timeless games, and it shows how important lighting really is to making a game timeless. Because even though I really like the remake from 2023, no one talks about it anymore. I don't know why, but it's a good remake. I still to this day think we didn't need it because the original still looks great to this day. I just absolutely love it. And James, as you might know from the post from a little while ago, it has one of my personal favorite monsters, and it has one of my personal favorite monsters in any horror game, the Necromorph. The Necromorph, I think, does a great job at taking the zombie formula and doing something new with it because and I know I'm talking about the first Dead Space here, but this is why I really love the first, excuse me, really love Dead Space 2 is because it introduced the idea that you can be alive as you're turning into a necromorph, and that idea makes it all the scarier. Like you're not killed, and then something possesses you, and then you turn into a necromorph. No, a necromorph. No, you can be alive, perfectly sane, and then you turn into this just grotesque monster. I think it's disgusting and also kind of tragic, especially in Dead Space 2 when you see those little kids, these little necromorph kids running at you, and you're just like, oh, dang, that's jacked up. Terrifying, but jacked up. But still, the first Dead Space in particular, it set the tone. It has the best 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 environment in a horror game, in my personal opinion. I know others will disagree, but I think it's great. And I also just think it's a testament to how important lighting is in a game, and I really respect that. Also the combat is just really good. Personally, when I play my survival horrors, I like feeling a little weaker, just just so you have that constant feeling of you're getting by the skin of your teeth, right? Dead Space is the exception. I just really like starting off as a weak dude and then just like plowing through these hordes of
Mhm.
monsters. It's just really sad,
I'm generally
satisfying.
like
Yeah.
I'm generally inclined to believe you, to agree with you. I just didn't like how they did it in Resident Evil 7. That was there were points in that game where I'm like, "Oh my god. Why can't like I'd be aiming and it's just like
Fair enough. No, yeah. I mean, again, I get it. There are people who because I consider myself relatively all around type. I can find enjoyment in any type of those horror. Personally, I prefer the ones where you have little to no means of defense. It makes it scarier.
it
But
it's god. I don't have too much experience with guns, but I feel like I could aim better than Ethan could.
Ethan sucks, by the way.
He,
I meant to say that a while
it
ago. I don't
it's
like
just
Ethan at
and
all.
and and
He's so boring.
and what is it the what are those monsters called the tar or whatever
Rotted,
the rot
tarred,
I don't know what I forgot
something.
The mold.
and they're just like
Good job,
they'll be
James.
like
The
doing
mold.
this, they'll be doing this, and you'll be doing this, and like when you think that you've got it, all of a sudden you go this way and then they go that way, and it's just like anyway.
What the
James,
hell?
your last game.
I gotta go with the classic here. Talk about no little to no defense in a horror game. Outlast. I mean, basic, but it's a classic. I played it for the first. I played it all the way through for the first time, either last year or this year. And the first Outlast is a near perfect to perfect horror game for
Mhm.
me. Uh, I think it's so laser focused on what it wants to do and it does it well. It gives you you have no means of defense. You can't defend yourself. You got to run or hide. It gives you that option at the beginning of the game. And I think the way it tells its story, ending is a little bit controversial, I know, but I grew to love it. Plus the DLC came out that really made it a lot better.
I haven't played that. I
Um,
should.
you really should. It's short and it's like very intense. And I think the way it tells its story is cool because you play as a journalist and you're going through collecting all these documents that you're trying to form a story with. And I think again, I've been saying this the whole time, but that's a game that takes advantage of the fact that it's a game for its story.
Mhm.
And in that way, I think Outlast is really cool, and a lot of people don't talk about that part of it.
Jalen shows up early and then he just leaves early.
Yeah, we lost them. Oh,
Sorry. I had to make sure my dogs weren't dying. They were messing around in
all
this.
right. To be fair, Brent just did
Yeah,
that.
no,
So
I had to do that too. Well, when my dog starts putzing, I get nervous. So when he starts just kind of moving around a lot, I'm like, okay, maybe you need a pee. But I put him in his crate. He's crate trained, so he shouldn't be peeing. He shouldn't be peeing in there. He has a couple times, but you know, I'll get him outside here soon. Anyway, any final? I guess with that being said, any final like without like going super you can't monologue for 6 minutes like you did with Little Nightmares. So do you have something that you can quickly that you can
This guy's telling people to be short and to the point. That's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Yes, I can be short and to the point because I debated Dead Space and this other game to talk about, but I went with Dead Space because of the impact it had on me. But I want to just quickly shout out Alien Isolation. I don't think it's the best horror game, but I think it's by and large the scariest simply because it has the best AI in a video game ever. The way they made the aliens still impresses me to this day. It's the best stalker enemy in any video game ever. I will die on that hill. Better than anything in Resident Evil. What?
All right,
what?
that only took you about 30 seconds, so that's good. All right.
This guy that loves to talk is telling people to be short and to the point.
To be fair, I can.
Dude, he look. I'm not being disrespectful when I said this, but he went on about Little Nightmares too. I think
he loves the game, man.
I think he went on about it for
so
about.
He came on here to talk about.
I know. But like he got no. I'm just saying he got really into it.
This is fun. I like this.
Good.
Yeah.
Not as fun as wearing deodorant.
Wait, that's not funny.
I'm not nice to Jalen, folks. Jalen is our gamer chat punching bag.
Not mine. I absolve myself of this.
Well, okay. So he deserves it, and it all started like 4 or 5 years ago when he put out a review for Persona 5 Royal without actually finishing Persona 5 Royal. And Persona 5 Royal is a vastly different game than Persona 5 Vanilla.
God damn it, Brent.
And that's the end of our show, folks. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks for Silent Hill F review. Goodbye.